Thank you so much for being here today. And I love how everyone raised their hands to ready to become money magnets. And how many of you would like to have more money in your bank account? Yeah. Yes. Yes. And how many of you would love to have this amazing relationship with your money where it's just constantly flowing? And there's love that's flowing between your money and your work. You're doing the work that is all about your passion and purpose. Are you all in for that? Awesome. Well, you're in the right place. Again, my name is Marnelle Marasigan, and also I want to say thank you to folks in the live stream who are also watching us here today. And this class is called the Money Magnet Activation Masterclass. 3 keys to upgrade your mindset and activate your wealth superpowers. So, again, as I said, like Barbara made a beautiful introduction about myself and all the things that I've done. I have an amazing life now. I wake up when I'm done sleeping. How many of you like that? Yeah. I don't have to have an alarm clock and go into grind. No, I don't do that anymore. I have a son who's a firefighter. I have a 28-year-old son, and I'm so grateful to be a mother for her. And I have my amazing partner, Anatoly, here, who's just supporting me 100% in everything that I do. So life is so amazing. And, it wasn't always like that. There was a time in my life, and people are probably wondering, so how did you become a money coach? So I'm in a great place now, doing and loving what I'm doing. But it wasn't always like that. There was a time in my life when I found myself in overwhelming anxiety and depression. I was on food stamps. I did not have money for rent. That's how low it was for me. And, I was at a point where, what's the point of being alive? Maybe the world is better off without me. I can't even take care of myself. And in this dark place, the suicidal thoughts kept coming. It was relentless. I'd be like laying on my bed, crying myself to sleep. Tears, just going through my pillow. And the anxiety was like overwhelming and debilitating. But then, it was like but then there was a space where a thought came to my head. Is my life really worth just $1,300? The money that I didn't have. And in that moment, there was a small but powerful voice inside of me that said, no, my life is so much more worth than the money that I did not have. And so, despite the difficulty, I made the courageous decision to allow myself to be vulnerable, to be held and supported by others. I was this type A person. I do everything on my own. But in that moment, I needed to be vulnerable and let friends, professionals, and family help me. And this led me to a profound trauma healing journey. I rediscovered myself. I'm actually a joyful and vibrant person, right? And so in this space of, rediscovering myself, I immersed myself in trauma healing. I saw therapists. I went to support groups, and I practiced a lot of self-care. I really allowed the support to come to me. And gradually, little by little, a moment of laughter, a moment of peace, a moment of joy, it started to reignite the spark within me. And the unwavering support that I received from others, I emerged resilient and stronger. And this journey, I was able to create a space for myself where I'm at now. And I learned many tools of how to become a money magnet. Now I don't have to worry about rent. It's like clients are here, right? And it's so amazing. Next month, we're going to a trip in the Mediterranean. And it's like, ooh, life is so beautiful, right? And I want all of you to have this. It is possible. I stand here today, not just as a survivor, but the testament to the power of resilience, and that all of you can have this, and the importance of seeking help, getting the mentors who can support you in your process. And I am here for you today to do that. Are you all ready?
Yes.
All right, so today, I will teach you. Does everybody have your booklet? All right, everybody has your pen, so I think that okay, so folks who don't have it, we'll pass this down.
Okay.
Yeah. And on the live stream, I believe someone is posting the link to the booklet. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to work with a partner, the person next to you. All right. So do you have someone next to you? And I want someone to pick A. Who's going to be A? Who's going to be B? All right. All right, so I'm going to give you a minute. A. All right, I want to see the A people, the amazing people. All right, amazing people. You are going to share with your partner what was your earliest memory around money. So just think about it. What's the earliest memory you remember around money? All right, go ahead and start. You have a minute. All right. Amazing people. Wrap up. And now the beautiful people get to share. Okay, let's start. Another minute for the beautiful people.
It's been over 4 years. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Wow, thank you for sharing, everyone. I want to hear. What were the things that came up for you? Memories around money. Anybody?
Money doesn't grow on trees.
Money doesn't grow on trees. Yes, yes, yes.
Mine was a penny collection for my grandfather.
Uh-huh.
Very good to teach me to save. I just wish I would listen. And I still have the penny collection to this day.
Oh, penny collection. Wow, wow. Collecting money. Great. Yes.
Kind of dating myself.
It's okay.
I
love you still.
remember, I don't remember exactly when. I was maybe between 5 and 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I remember figuring out exactly how much a G.I. Joe action figure would be at Toys R Us with tax. I would save my money. My mom would take me down there and I would go buy.
Wow, we have a math genius in the house. That is beautiful. You're like figuring things out. That's awesome, right? Isn't it amazing how like remembering this memories around money, things do come up and show up, right? Money doesn't grow on trees. Oh, like, yeah, save your pennies. And how to this day you continue to do it because it's been ingrained in us, right? And I'm sure when you go shopping, you know how it goes, how much money, your brain can calculate it right away. Why? Because it's been ingrained there, And so sometimes we have amazing things that we learn, and there's not so great things that we also learn. So the first key to becoming a money magnet, I want you to, in your sheet here, we have lines, right? I want you to spell the word reaction. Reaction. Now, what is the middle letter of the word reaction? C. C. The middle letter is a C, right? It's a C and a T, right? But we'll go with the C because that came first. So, C actually stands for consciousness. When we have consciousness around money, right? Like this amazing math genius here is so conscious about how much it would cost plus tax, right? That's amazing consciousness around money. Now, what would happen if you actually move this C to the beginning of the word? Creation. So when it comes to money, Let's stay conscious around it, stop reacting, and start creating. That's the first key. Because why? When you stay conscious and aware around money, you get to create and you have more choices. That's the first key. Go into a creative mode. All right? Second key. Are you ready for the second key? The second key is you need to understand and identify your limiting beliefs and patterns. And how do we do that? I will actually ask you to, there's a QR code. Everyone, take out your phones. There's a QR code right here. And I invite you to take the money quiz. And you will see this page. And there's certain words here, like for example, anxious. If you have experienced any anxiety or nervousness around money, then go ahead and click that. And you'll see a bunch of words there. And you will just go click on the words that feel like, oh yeah, I resonate with that when it comes to money. And I'm asking you to take the money quiz because this is a tool for you to understand what your limiting beliefs and patterns are. So are you able to access the QR codes on your phones?
No.
Awesome. Or if not, you can also just type that link onto your browser. So at the end of the quiz, just enter your information, your email, so you can actually get the results emailed to you.
What if you're insulted? I think now insulted.
Well, I'll talk more about it, and you'll learn more what they actually mean. All right, are most of you done? So we'll talk a little bit about the money archetypes. And this are what are your limiting beliefs and patterns. So like I said, key number 2, identify your limiting beliefs and patterns. So the first money wound, we actually have 2 wounds when it comes to money. The first wound is the innocent. And the innocent issue is no one was there to guide you. This is the one that says, can somebody else do this for me? Or like you get nervous or anxious around money. You'd rather have someone take care of things for you. And when I scored, when I first took this test, I scored high on the innocent. And these are the parts of us that actually did not receive guidance, especially at a young age, of how the world of money works. Our genius here, our math genius here, got a lot of guidance that when you buy something, you have to pay tax, right? That's guidance.
Not in Oregon.
Huh?
Not in Oregon. Not in Oregon.
Yes, you're right. But we're in California, so. So the innocent, right? This is the one that would rather have somebody else take care of this. So if you scored high on innocent, it's okay. It just means no one guided you around it, okay? And that's the first wound. The second wound is the victim. The victim is no one was there to protect me. This is someone who's had a level of abuse or betrayal around money at one point in their lives. It might even be something that happened in your family lineage, right? Someone there was like, a business that fell through, or there's money that getting stolen. Like all of these things are things that have happened in your lineage, and the victim energy kind of gets passed on because it's the message that we hear. It's not safe. My money is not safe. I'm not safe. So 2 wounds. Now we have 3 compensations that we do around money, because we try to figure out or try to make sense of the world, or try to take care of the fear of the victim or the innocent. So the first compensation is the martyr. The martyr is the one who knows how hard it is to not have the protection, to not have the guidance. So the martyr will say, I will be there for everybody else, no matter the cost to me. You have amazing, if you scored in the martyr, you have such amazing, beautiful hearts. You really love and care for others. And I invite you to also love yourself too. Okay? If you have that martyr energy. And this one is the caretakers. It's rescues other. I need help. How many of you know some? I know, like my dad was a big martyr. My aunt was a big martyr, always being there for others, right? And so we grow up. So if you grew up with that, it was modeled to you, there's a part of you that will end up doing that as well. Again, no judgment. It's just learned behaviors because it was what was modeled to us. The next compensation is the tyrant. See, the wound of the victim and the innocent was a lot of fear, and it was out of control. So we go to the opposite ends, and the tyrant says, I need to be in control of everything at all times. The tyrant can be very judgmental and very critical. The favorite word of the tyrant is should. You should do this. Or if you did something wrong, the tyrant in you will say, you shouldn't have done that. And then the guilt comes in, right? So again, if you scored in a tyrant, it just means it's trying to manage the fear that we have. So no judgment on this, right? These are just ways that we compensate. The last compensation is the fool. I love the fool. I had a big fool in me when I got this. Because the fools are super fun. The fool is like, life is short, live in the moment, don't worry about the future. The fool is the one that goes for the next shiny object. Oh my goodness, I want this, right? And you come up with all the reasons why you should buy it now and not later. It's super smart in coming up with all this reasons. Right? Yeah. Very much in the moment, not attached. And again, these are just parts of, how we deal with money. Any questions? No? It's landing. Okay.
What is
Yes.
the warrior?
I will get to that. Great question.
Okay.
Yes. Are you ready for key number 3? All right. So key number 3 is so the first one, we bring consciousness around money, right? The second key is we identify your limiting patterns and beliefs. Because when we can identify it, then we can shift it. So the quiz that you got gives you a little roadmap on what needs support, what needs some shifting. And then the third key is you need to connect to your wealth superpowers. Because the wealth superpowers is what will get you out of these wounds and compensations. It's like if you're staying in a victim mode, it's not going to get you out of it, right? If the fool is just so happy-go-lucky, and then the tyrant goes in and says, you shouldn't have done that. And then we have this internal struggle, right? And all these parts are fighting. So we need to connect to the bigger parts of us. So the first money superpower, this is your wealth superpower, is your warrior. How many scored in the warrior? Yay, awesome. This is the warrior, is the part of us that will just go for it. It's a divine masculine energy. It's the energy of protection. So I actually invite all of you to stand up right now. And as you stand up, I want you to think a moment in time when you accomplished something really big. Like for me, I remember when I graduated at St. Mary's College, when I walked through the stage, I went this, yes, right? And so, do you have it in your head now? What is that big accomplishment? Yeah. Now, I want you to feel that energy in your body right now. This amazing accomplishment that you created for yourself. How does it feel? Feel it in your feet. Feel it in your body. Go back to that moment in time where you accomplished something big. Now I invite you to start walking, and I want you to show your warrior to each other. Yes. So, all right, let's start walking. Let's start walking around and show your warriors.
Yes.
Oh, yes. All right. How did that feel? It felt good, right? So So this is the energy that you connect to. This is the energy you connect to when it comes to money. All right, I invite you to sit down. That felt good, didn't it? Yeah. So when you go into your powerful space, you can have more choices. Remember, consciousness. Stay conscious of this power. So you can stay conscious from this place. You can create more for yourself. Now, the second superpower is the magician. This is the divine feminine energy. This is the spiritual part of us. It's wise, it's generous, it is loving and optimistic. It is very kind and compassionate. So I want you to tune in. And I love this. It understands that the source of power to manifest lies in the ability to tap into your higher power. Right? That's the magician. How many of you scored in the magician? It's a bunch of you here. And actually, most of the people here will have a magician because you're all here and being spiritual. Right? You're at the SoulSearch event, so you'll have that. This is a divine feminine energy. Now, I want you to think of a time. So look at your wounds and your wounds or your compensations. So go look in your thing. Which one did you score the highest? So if it's the innocent, now I want you to tune in to your magician self, your most loving, your most kind, and your most compassionate self. What would it like to say to this wound that you have? What would it like to say to the innocent or the victim or the fool? What is the most loving? So I want you to just feel into that space within yourself. What is the most loving thing you can give and say to the part of you that is struggling? Maybe for the innocent, I'm here to guide you. Or maybe for the victim, I'm here to protect you. With the warrior in me will protect you from this moment on. For the fool, maybe it can say, I love your in the moment energy, and let's use that for having fun, but not for money. I want to acknowledge you. You're super fun and joyful. Or maybe for the tyrant, it can say, oh, I know how scary it is. Let me take care of that for you so you don't have to worry about it. For the martyr, maybe it can say, I love your loving heart, and let's have some boundaries. So I want to hear, what were the things that your magician say to your wounds or compensation? Anybody would like to share? Yes.
You did nothing wrong to improve.
Oh, you did nothing. Yes. Yes. What else? Anybody else would like to share? Yes.
It's not your fault, we can be better.
Ah, yes, it's not your fault. And do you notice the energy when we can like connect to this parts, our wounds, with much love and care, right? And that's how, like when we bring in this divine feminine and masculine energy into our money space, we can create more. And our next superpower is your creator artist. And this is about your divine connection to source. Like you've, and this is not just about being a painter or a musician. It's about you being able to connect to that creation energy and allow it to move through you. Right? Like today, isn't this beautiful, beautiful outfit? This is from Anuprava, right? And I said, oh, I will model this for you. It works really well. This is my creative energy, right? That shows up. And and I want you to connect to that energy within yourselves. So the creator energy, if it was a gem, if your creator energy is a gem, what kind of gem would it be? Think about it. Garnet. Mine is an emerald. Any gems?
Opal.
Opal. Beautiful. Yeah, so all of these gems, I want you to remember the gem that you are. And so these 3 money superpowers are what will keep you moving forward. So if your money actions and decisions were a car, you want your warrior to be driving the car. You want your magician as the navigator. You want your creator artist at the back of the back seat, coming up with ideas on how to bring in more revenue into our lives. The victim, the innocent, the martyr, the fool, and the tyrant, they get packed nicely in the luggage and they stay in the trunk. We don't leave them behind, but we lovingly take them with us. And then when it's time to have fun, we let the fool out, all right? And then it's time to be giving, we connect to that giving part of the martyr, but we will have boundaries. So that's like all the items that I want to impart to all of you. So I want to ask you, what's your biggest takeaway from our time together? Yes.
I think money really is, or abundance is really just a mindset,
Yes, it is a big mindset. Yes. So where do you put your energy, right? I have like Melissa Gilbert, the author, once said, money is like tofu. It has no flavor, but depending on what you put on the tofu, it will get elevated. So this same thing around money. What flavor are you going to put into it? Are you going to put the flavor of your superpowers, or are you going to stay in the flavor of your wounds and your compensations? So how many of you are wondering and have questions about the money quiz that you took today? Right? What does this mean, the scores that you have here?
Yeah, what does that?
Right? What does that mean, right? So if you are wondering around the quiz, and if you'd like to also have to come up with a specific plan for yourself on how to activate and really do your wealth superpowers, I invite you for a complimentary, no obligation time with me. I'm giving you half an hour breakthrough session with me to actually go through your quiz, and we will come up with a plan specifically for you about your wealth superpowers and how to deal with your wounds and your compensations. How many of you would like to have that? All right, awesome. So here's another QR code. It's the Money Magnet Breakthrough Session. Go ahead and click on that code. That's actually the link to my calendar. I opened up quite a few spaces for this coming week. And it's a special time that I opened up for all of you who are here. And so you'll receive, I usually just do 15-minute complimentary sessions, but because you're here today, I'm giving you a full half hour. And for the first 3 people who book a session with me today, you'll actually get a full hour with me. So early bird gets the worm, and go ahead and schedule your session now. Any questions? So I'll give you time to pick a time for this coming week. Who is Maha? Maha, your warrior took charge. So Maha, we get to spend a full hour together. Yay! All right, who's next? Schedule your session now.
Saying it's not able to schedule.
Ah, you know what? Because someone else took that space. So you just have to go for it again and find another time. Yeah, so keep trying. You'll get there. Find a space. Yeah, and I look forward to spending more time with you, seeing if, like how you will have a specific plan for your money magnet activation. Yeah. Anybody has a question around what we talked about? How many are learning? This is your 3 steps to become a money magnet. You learned the 3 steps, and now it's time to create it and use the things you've learned today. And to go deeper in becoming a money magnet, I would love to spend some time with you. Yes. Any questions?
Running out of days here.
Oh, and
You're all filled up.
they're getting filled out. Oh, see, that's why. Yep, early bird gets the worm. And if for some reason you cannot find time that doesn't work for you, please fill this card out, and then we can schedule another time.
Shift every day.
If you can't find times on my calendar that work for you, go ahead and fill that card out and then hand it back to me. Alrighty. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here today. I hope you received a lot of benefit from coming to my talk. Thank you very much. And I invite each of you to stand up and feel into your warrior energy again. Remember that movement? Feel into that warrior energy again. And I want you to say, I am a money magnet. All right, let's go. All right, let's do it together. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I am